Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you 3 different ideas you can use to decorate your notebooks for this back to school season. So I don't know about you guys, but I really dread going back to school, and the only thing that I look forward to every year is getting to decorate my notebooks and my school materials. So I hope these ideas help you a little bit. So yeah, let's get the video started. So the materials you will be needing are going to be a pair of scissors, a gel pen, some glue stick, washi tape, a pencil, and a black marker. For the paper you're going to be needing to make this idea, I am going to be using some white paper, some textured cardstock, as well as some tracing paper. So these steps can easily be avoided if you want to print it out and buy colored cardstock, but since I didn't have a printer with ink at home nor black cardstock, what I went ahead and did before was I took my tracing paper and traced the Gucci logo from a bag that I have. You can also do this from your phone screen. You just Google the Gucci logo and do the same thing that I'm doing right here. Then with the black marker I went ahead and sort of colored the border of my white pieces of paper. Like I mentioned, you could avoid this by getting some black cardstock, but I didn't have any at home, so this was my solution. So if you decide to do the same as I did, you're just gonna go ahead and color the border with the marker, and then I'm gonna be taking some washi tape and covering the spine of my notebook. The notebook that I'm going to be using right here is going to be from Muji. If you want to buy it, I'll leave a link in the description. And then I'm going to be cutting the excess off with my scissors. I kind of messed up since I should have measured the piece of the paper with my notebook before coloring it, but then I just went ahead and redid the edges like so. So the cardstock that I'm going to be using is going to be textured with lines like you can see right there, and the only thing I'm going to be doing is taking my piece of cardstock and measuring it so it's a little bit smaller than the black frame that we already have, so it kind of shows. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but in the video you can totally see what I'm doing. So next what I went ahead and did is took my glue stick and glued the cardstock and the little logo onto the black piece of paper. If you're going to be using tracing paper, you have to be really careful because it's really easy to smudge the ink. Then I'm going to be adding that to the front of my notebook, and I'm going to repeat all the steps except for the Gucci logo for the back. And yeah, only thing I did was add an extra piece of washi tape so it looked a little bit more clean, and that's going to be it for this idea. So for this idea, you're going to be needing a piece of cardstock, an acetate sheet, and then the notebook you want to use for this DIY. You'll also be needing a ruler, a pencil, a black marker, and an X-Acto knife. I'm also going to be using some images which I took from my Polaroid camera and some that I printed out, but you can also draw your own. You'll see what I'll be doing in a few seconds. So the first thing you're going to be doing is taking your image, and on a piece of cardstock you're going to trace the outline, and to that you're going to add like little flaps around it, like around ½ an inch. I'm not sure if you can see on the image, and you're going to cut that piece out. Then on your notebook you're going to be tracing the image and doing like the little rectangle of where your image is supposed to go. To that you're going to subtract around like ½ an inch to ¼ inch, so the little hole is a little bit smaller than your picture. This is so the picture doesn't fall out of the little frame, and then you're going to cut it out with an X-Acto and measure it. Then I took a piece of my acetate and cut it out to the size of the little pocket that we had made. The pocket that is gonna be made. I cut the flaps that way, and then with an X-Acto I marked it so I could fold it in, as you can see right now, so it turned into a pocket. I then went over it with my black marker on the inside, so the inside of this would be black, but you can completely leave it white if that is what you want. Once I was done painting it black from the inside, I went ahead and folded the little flaps and measured it so they didn't show through the little hole on the notebook. I cut whatever excess was still there, and then when it was perfect, I glued the little piece of acetate to the inside with the flaps like so. So you're going to have a little pocket with a window on one side, and then you're going to paste that right behind the little window we made on our notebook. I added some heavy things to the top for around 15 minutes so it would stick to it. And then once I was done, I just inserted my little picture like so. You can leave it like this, but I still added a few more steps. I added a piece of tape to the acetate so it would stick to the notebook and it was easier to slip in the picture. And a little extra step you can do if you don't like how the piece of cardstock looks on your notebook like I did. What you can do is go ahead and take a piece of paper that's the same color as your notebook or the back of your notebook, and you're going to paste it over the cardstock so it kind of conceals it. I just took this brown piece of paper and with some glue stick glued it onto the back like so. You have to make sure you don't cover the little part at the top where you slip in the pictures. And yeah, that's going to be it for this idea. You can literally choose whichever pictures you want to put in there. You can also take a piece of cardstock, measure it out to the sides of the little window, and draw your own pictures like I'm doing right here. What's cool about this idea is that you can use any picture that you want, and I had actually already tried out doing this idea last year, but instead of doing a little pocket, I added the pictures to the front of my notebook. But as you can see, it kind of started coming off and then the picture got really damaged. So this way the acetate helps protect the image, and you can also switch it out or change it whenever you want your notebook to look different. So yeah, that was it for this idea. So this next idea, you're going to be needing cardstock, some white sheets of paper, the notebook that you'll be using, some paint, paintbrush, glitter, and wherever you're going to be putting your paint. So what I started doing was measuring my cardstock so it fit the size of the cover and the back of my notebook, and then to the spine I added a piece of paper and folded it so it would cover it completely. Then with my glue stick I started pasting the front and the back, but you can leave this till the very end if you want to do your design first in case you mess up on it. Then I started taking my paint and mixing it up. The idea for this notebook is kind of like recreating a makeup palette. I was really influenced by the Too Faced Peachy palette and the White Peach. But the colors I used as a guide for the one that I'm drawing are going to be ones from another makeup palette, which I'm going to be listing in the description in case you want to follow it too. Once I was done creating all the colors, I went ahead and took my gel pen and started drawing the outline of the makeup palette like you can see in the video. I did it in a very simple and minimalistic way, and then to the top I just added like a little heart or a peach. And then once I was done doing the outline and the little mirror on the inside, I went ahead and added a little name to every single one of the colors. I copied the ones that were on the palette that I was using, so like I mentioned, if you want to use that one, it'll be listed in the description. Then since I felt the spine was kind of empty, I took the back of my paintbrush and did some polka dots on it. At the bottom of the page, I decided to also add a little peach just for detail. And then I went ahead and took some green paint so I could draw a little leaf on the top. So to complete my notebook, the only thing I did was take the back of the notebook and draw a giant peach on it, and that's gonna be it for this last idea. There's like going to be all of the ideas that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, make sure to thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe right here at the bottom. If you want to follow me on social media, they'll be listed in the description down below as well as at the end of this video. And if you do any of these ideas, I would love to see them, so go ahead and send them through my social media. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys next time.